Hey, Brian, how you doing?
Hey, doing well. How you doing, Darryl, right?
Yes, sir. Darryl Gooden. Thank you, sir.
All right, Darryl, great to meet you.
Likewise.
Where you coming from?
I'm calling from Arizona.
All right, nice. I'm in New York right now. Welcome to Pitch Investors Live.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Cool. So you're in Arizona, I'm in New York. It's a great thing about Pitch Investors Live. Two different locations across the country. We're not one-on-one, but in fact, we have an audience watching us both on our app as well as on social media. So anything you say will hopefully be heard by as many people out there, and not just an opportunity to pitch me, but to have your voice and your business heard by anyone watching, and the opportunity for anyone involved to get involved with your business. So, love to kind of hear what you got going on, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so are we pretty much live right now?
Let's do it, man. We're live.
All right, let's do it. Well, Brian, first of all, I want to say thank you for taking the time to hear me out and being able to pitch to you about this vision that I had a long time. This started about at least about 20 years ago, and those 20 some years ago, I used to be a school teacher. I started off as a substitute teacher. And during my years as being a substitute teacher, I got an emergency certification to become a teacher. So in those years as being a teacher, I lived a life of an educator and not knowing that I would ever be an educator or going to teaching of not in my capability of my life. And what I mean about my life when I was growing up. So when I would say my mom, I'm originally from a small town from Shelby, Mississippi. We have a population less than about 2,000, 2,500, 2,000 people. My mom
Wow,
had, my
small.
mom had, yeah, my mom had 15 of us from four different men. She was a single parent. We was on the welfare system, food stamps, Section A. We was on all of that. I was diagnosed with ADHD, speech impediment, and a learning disability. And also I had a twin sister that grew up with me. Out of 15 of us, we had about probably four of us graduated out of high school. My twin sister ended up having a baby at the age of 15 years old. So all my sisters had eight sisters had babies before they hit 16, 17 years old. Imagine a three-room house with all these kids living up in it. You know,
Unbelievable. Wow.
unbelievable. My mom had a third grade education, and like any other story, everybody have a story, and it's the way how you live your story and do your story. So when I was in school, I was the teacher nightmare. I ripped the class up. I was the class clown. Um, Not only that I was a class clown, I was in trouble all the time. And the teachers was the one that was always at my house or at the neighbor's house, getting us out of the house to take us to school and telling us we need to be in school. So I sat in the class in the back, all tearing up the classroom. And but the teacher was never ever giving up on me, never giving up on none of us. It was be like 30 of us in one class and just ripping it up. So through those years, as I progressed through, I got involved. And I don't know that if you know anything about down south, about being in New York, most of the young black kids always dream of being in the band, in the black bands like Jackson State, Southern, Grambling. And my dream was to be in the band. And when I was doing this, I got into the band my seventh grade year, seventh grade year, and I got out there and started playing football with the guys who actually played football. And I got in the fight with one of the guys that actually played football. And the coach said, I spiked the ball, hit him, and before I know it, I got to fighting with him. Coach made me do push-ups. I pretty much cussed the coach out. Coach said, "Look, you need to take that negative attitude and put it on football field." And I say football is for sucker. I ain't playing no football. I like the band because I'm gonna be in the band. Well, I went home and told my mom about it. And I said, this coach want me to play football. And I just say, I don't want to get involved with it, Brian. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. And she said, you know what? You need Jesus. That was what my mama said. You need Jesus because I was bad. I was a bad kid. So I went on and joined the football team and speed up through, got out there and did well enough that I was able to get a scholarship. Coach brought me into the office and opened up a big bag, and I had over 15 scholarships from different colleges. But it was one thing wrong, Brian. I didn't have the grades. I was a DF student. I couldn't read, couldn't write as well. But the school called Jackson State University, where Walter Payton played, he came and spoke to us. And I got down to Jackson State. They offered me a scholarship. I got down there, and I walked on campus. They had the band going, the Q Dolls, AKA on ski week, hollering and everything. I don't know if you've seen that movie called Drumline. Dude, I was excited.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that with Nick Cannon, right?
That's right, man. I'm gonna tell you, dude, man, I had goosebumps all on my body, and I'm on a 4-year ride, but they put me on a proposition. It was called Prop 48, so I couldn't play my first year, so I end up have to wait 3 more years, another year to play. But while I was there, and I went down to visit, and they gave me that scholarship, I said, I'm gonna flunk out. I said, I'm not gonna make it here. So I left, went to a community college. From the community college, that's where my life began to start. I went to this community college, and the coach said, we was waiting on you. We knew you'll be here. So we played my first year. We did real well. I did well. Come sophomore year, come to my spring season at the school, coach brought us all together, Brian, and said to us, some of you guys might not make the team next year. And I don't know what happened. Keep up with this word, what I'm saying to you right here, Brian. PP. That's pride and passion. Okay? Pride and passion. I raised my hand, and coach said, what do you want? Go ahead and say what you need to say, Darryl, because we had to rush to take a shower and go eat our chow before they closed the cafeteria. 60 ball players and 4 coaches. And I told coach, I said, Coach, I don't know how to read and write. He said, huh? He looked at the other coaches. My teammates said, man, sit down, set your dumb butt. I said, Coach, I don't know how to read and write. I had a player to stand up from Florida say, Coach, I don't know how to read and write. From New York, say, I don't know how to read and write. They came from everywhere, man. So Coach's wife ended up putting together a tutoring class for us. And out of, I think it's about 12 of us, 13 of us, only 6 of us stayed in school because they was always told that we'll make it to the NFL, because of our athletic ability. But in reality, man, we weren't going to be ready, bro. So Coach White put in the time with us to teach us our ABCs and our 1, 2, 3s, 19 years of age. I leave that college, get my grades up, go to another college in Tennessee called Carson Newman College, where this coach named Ken Sparks says to me, only thing I can offer you here is a personal relationship with Jesus Christ and a free education. Last time I heard something about Jesus Christ, that came from my mama. And I said, this must be the place for me to go. Because here's a coach talking about my life, worrying about my life after football. Never talked about football ever, never. It was about my life, having Christ and having an education, being a good citizen. So I run across the yard, and it was this young lady, Asian lady, young Caucasian lady, and it was education majors. And I asked them, I said, look, I have a problem in reading and writing. They said, meet us at the library and don't be late. So I meet them at the library, and they started tutoring me how to read and write. Brian, grades got up. I started doing well. I joined the Army ROTC, and I went to officer school at Fort Knox, graduated out of 6 weeks officer school program. Dude, I started doing well, man. Thanks to those young ladies, that was educative majors. And got to the point, I graduated from college, and I got drafted to play pro football. Got an opportunity to fulfill my dream, but also got an opportunity to graduate from college. In those years of playing pro football in the Canadian League, and then I went into the Arena League, it took me to now an educator. So I became a teacher, substitute, and all. And this is where I'm getting to right now with the pictures about. I saw the teachers when I walked past their classroom with all the passion in the world, teaching kids. And I was in an area in Phoenix where there's like Title I school, like low income. And I seen kids that look like me, act like me, everything like me, look like my parent, my mom, the way I live. And I said, this must be the place for me to be. And these teachers was giving all they got, man, in South Phoenix. They was giving these kids everything they can. But then when I look into the classroom, I saw me in the back of the classroom tearing up the classroom. That kid, me. And then I turn around and see this teacher in the lunchroom, and she's in there, already been in the classroom working her tail off with the kids. I'm looking at her student loans, talking about her electric bill and her water bill. And I'm like, she bringing her bills to school and talk to the other teachers and not knowing that, dude, we only making like $29,000 a year being a teacher. Okay, that's when I took my contract, and barely making $900 some every 2 weeks. She jumps up, Brian, and go to the local dollar store and buy a classroom supply with money that she's supposed to have to go pay her electric bill. She took her personal money to go buy classroom supplies for the classroom. And I thought something was wrong. I'm like, what? Who would do something like this? Then I saw another teacher do the same thing. And they got bills of their own personal own because their passion was so much for these kids to succeed. And I started thinking about myself. I went up to the teacher, Brian, and I gave her $100 out of my pocket, balled it up and put it in her hand. I said, look, go pay your electric bill. She said, no, Mr. Gooden, I give this back to you. I said, no. You don't owe me nothing. Only thing I want you to do is keep that same passion that you have in the classroom with these students and not giving up on them, because that was me. That was me, Brian. She didn't give up on them. And none of those students. Then I assisted another teacher. He was on his way to take supplies to one of the other schools using his own vehicle. Walk out to his car. His tires on his car was slicker than my hand. And I say, look, man, you walking around with slick tires, you have an accident, dude. What's going to happen? He said, I'm going to go get 2 new tires from this Mexican shop when I get my check. They cost me $15 a piece. I said, no, bro, I'm going to put tires on your car. So I put tires on his car. And I had a teacher to call me to her classroom, Brian. Hold on to your seat. She said, Mr. Gooden, I've been teaching for 20 some years. Teachers been talking about you, assisting them in the classroom. And I don't tell other teachers about their business, Brian, at all. I get to her classroom and she said, Mr. Gooden, I ain't trying to get in your business, but look, do you sell drugs? I said, no, ma'am. She said, you drive a beautiful Lexus and you make what we make. How you afford to give teachers money and help them with their bills and different things like that? And I say, need to know, I do have another job. I don't have any kids. At the time, I didn't have a family. It was just me. So I was taking my teacher's check and giving it to the teachers and helping them out. And when I got into the state retirement system and started seeing the money was taken out of my check for retirement, for insurance, and for different and everything, I said, I don't think I can be able to make it in this. Then I began to start having kids. Once I began to start having kids, I knew I wasn't going to be making live off $30-some thousand a year. I went from having 1 child to 2 child to 2, 3, 4. I have a total of 5 kids. And I'm a single parent, co-parenting right now. 5 kids, 19, 18, 16, 12, and 11. And they are my backbone. They support me so much. And when they're in school right now, and I get that list from the teacher saying we need the classroom supplies, I say, this is what we did 20-some years ago. Teachers are leaving the field the first 3 years, especially the ones just graduated, because they got student loans up the yang, $40,000, $50,000. But they got so much passion, and they were so too scared to ask for any kind of money for anything. So I decided to start a foundation called Keeping Teachers Teaching. With this foundation is to become an advocate, to be a voice for teachers, because they got, remember I told you about the words PP, pride and passion. They got too much pride to ask for any kind of system, Brian, on anything. So I began to advocate for them to the parents. Nothing to do with the House of Representatives, Democrat, Republican, because all of them use the same platform saying we want to do this for education. But when they get the money, it end up somewhere else. So I don't know where it goes. But my thing was dealing with the moms, the pops, and the grandmom to ask them, is a teacher's worth at least $10 one time a year because they teach 10 months out of the year. So I put this campaign on called just10az.org, and I started generating grants. There's no grants for teachers, right, out there. No grants. There's no grants for teachers to get certified because district get money for teachers to get certified, but certain districts does not have the money. It all depends on where you live and what kind of tax bracket, industrial companies around your area, depends on what kind of money is coming into your school system. So the school system I was dealing with, like a lot of these Title I schools, don't have the extra money to pay for teacher certification. So I raised the money to help pay for teacher certification. In return, I asked the teachers to go back and train all the other teachers what you learned. Not only that, I created an assistant program to help teachers pay the electric bill, water bill, and up to $500 they rent from donation. I began to go out to different schools to how to hear about me is I go get on the board of director meetings and to tell the teachers about the resources. A lot of our teachers, 3 million teachers are members of the NEA. That's the National Education Association. That's stationed out of like Washington, D.C. They've been around over 50 years. A great association. It's helping a lot of teachers across the nation, from preschool all the way through college. They have 3 million members. Average teacher pay about $500 a year for being an association. Out of the association, they receive assistance. And what I mean assistance is like discounts for different things, for insurance, for if they're looking for loans or something for college, just for assistance. But the NEA does not, and all the other organizations does not have immediate assistance for teachers to get their rent paid, the water bill, the electric bill, things they need right now. All right. They get a newsletter every month. They have a luncheon every year to talk about the things that they've been lobbying for them, for the state, for the teachers in every state. So I'm fine and dandy with that. They're doing a great job. But did you know that the teacher does not have not one, Brian, not one organization that supports them? You never see a commercial about teachers asking. So such as the military has disabled vet and wounded warriors that take care of them. You have the Salvation Army that takes care of the homeless, Section A, like that. You have the Humane Society to take care of dogs and cats. You have the first responders, police officers, and firemen. They get taken care by the 100 Club. But a teacher can't go to no one. They make $2 too much to qualify for any kind of government assistance, and there's no organization out there to support their immediate needs and certification and their home life, what they might need. So I created this. It's the first nonprofit to do this, to support teachers in this way. This is my 4th year, and the way I bring them together, I'm across the board. Public school, private school, charter school, even teachers on the reservation. I put on the bowling tournament, and business owners sponsors the bowling tournament, Brian, so they know who I am. I put on a health and wellness day of appreciation in the month of April to kick off the month of May, which teacher appreciation starts the first Tuesday of the month of May to let our educators know we appreciate them. This is something I started 4 years ago to let them know who I am and to get involved and to let them know that we do appreciate them and trying to find ways to take care of their immediate needs. I'm not saying that all teachers need assistance, because some teachers are married. They have a second income from their husband. But you hear the story. They out there working 2 or 3 jobs. I seen it. I was there. So my pitch on this is those associations that these teachers are a part of. You heard of Firehouse Sub by the sub company Firehouse. It was founded by firemen.
Oh, right. Sure. Yep.
And the firemen, they support the local fire stations. When they make money, they donate to the fire station. Have you heard of the company called Legion M? The first entertainment company. They use crowdfunding to help
No.
to help movies, to put movies together, to buy movies, and then in turn they take care of everybody that invested into the movies. Instead of them going to the bank and asking money, they go right to the fans. The first fan-owned entertainment company, Legion M. So I talked to a young lady and I saw that concept. I said, imagine if I have 1 million teachers, 1 million teachers go in with me to raise $100 million that we start own coffee shop, such as the big leading coffee shop like Starbucks, but teachers own it all together. And when we make money after paying the workers and hiring a management service to run it, the dividends will go to the foundation to help those teachers, to assist those teachers. And also, not that we create retirement system for the teachers on that, because their health insurance is not the greatest, because they still have to pay a deductible. So we create a deductible insurance for the teachers to help them out, because the insurance is knocking them in the head. I was there. No. We also create our own gyms, such as like Orange Theories. We have them all nationwide. Teachers own them. You can go to it. Teachers go to it. Teachers get a discount. But when everything's all paid, dividends go to those teachers. Also, we own our Goodwill stores. People come make donations. We sell the clothes. We create a habitat for teachers that retire. Because the average teacher, when they retire after 30, 40 years, they only get about $2,500 a month. Then they go back to teach. It's because they retire too early because they can't get health care. So they double dip. So if we can do this and rehab their homes, put new roofs on their houses, put new floors on their houses, do new landscape for them, because we raise money through selling the clothes and different things at the liquidation education depot. We're now helping out retired teachers and thanking them for all they have done for their retirement. So it's all the money goes back into our education fund of what we create, and also the young kids who wants to become teachers that's in high school. We create an education program to tour these kids, just like the junior ROTC in high school, and then you go into the ROTC. So I'm taking my ROTC skills, taking it to high school for young kids. So when these teachers retire, we're able to filter in these young kids straight into teaching. So now, because they know everything about teaching, actually before they step their freshman year in college. So that's pretty much what I'm pretty much asking of the leadership and an investment partnership with investors to come and join us, that we can be able to spread the word out to these educators and bring them together so they can start having ownership and put them back in the forefront. Because without them, it wouldn't be you, it wouldn't be me, it wouldn't be no one that where we are today in our life.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. That was unbelievable. Listen, I know I've heard those stories before where teachers have to go and get the supplies themselves, and the schools aren't providing it. The districts aren't providing it. It's not good to hear that. And I know the importance. I mean, the teachers really kind of pave the way for our youth in this country, right? Especially at a young age, how important it is. And I mean, so many areas, are unfortunately not in a position as others, right? They don't have the same money and funding, and they don't have the same opportunity and really the same education as a lot of as maybe even their neighboring their neighboring town, right? And I know this is extremely important, and I know I know it sounds like you're really trying to do a good job to help to help these folks. And listen, I get it. I mean, 30 grand a year, it's tough to support your life, on that, right? Especially adding children and and really any quality of life. I get it. So right now you're really looking just to get as much donation as possible.
Well,
Is that right?
it is what the thing, yes, but at the same time is creating that family of educators that pays memberships to these associations to come in and reinvest back into their lives, and such as and creating this campaign to teachers across the nation to donate $100 one time a year. That is a teacher thing. This is a group of educators that's already spending money for association and not getting nothing, retaining back but information, and which is good for them. It's good for them. But for ownership, that's what I'm looking at. So they can say, look, I'm actually a part of something that I own, just like Firehouse Sub, just like, the Legion M created what I was saying before, the first fan entertainment company that owns actually an entertainment company. So when they go make movies and the movies sell, because the fans turn around and go to the movies, watch the movies, and pay to go to the movies. Not only they invested in it, they invested by watching the movies, something they're already doing. Just like teachers, they drank so much coffee. Why you won't open up your own coffee business? But let us do it all collected together and hire a management company. So I'm creating wealth for them and another retire for them. Instead of teaching for 40 years, which they got the passion for, let another income come in your way because you're a part of this movement back into yourself. You spend $300 a year for a cell phone. What do you get out of it? I guarantee 4 million teachers got cell phone, pay $300 a year. Only thing you get out of it is talks and text. But you can't call the cell phone company who you pay your bill, say, assist me on my electric bill, my water bill, and me trying to get my certification as a teacher. Because every time a realtor goes to a school and say, look, we got families want to move into the neighborhood. And you might understand what I'm saying with this. But we want to know the level of the families wants to know what's the level of the education of your teachers. So the first thing that a teacher go and do is say, you know what? The principal say, look, come into my office. I want to talk to you. You need to go get your master's, Brian. But when you get that $40,000 master's, we only give you $1,000 raise, and you're a mathematics teacher. You do the math on that. See, that pride and passion
doesn't make sense.
So why not we own our own college online, like a lot of these other colleges? And teachers go to their college. Teachers teaching teachers. Anybody can go to the college, but teachers get it as a discount rate. Instead of paying $40,000, the teacher paid $25,000 to get their master's, and the foundation itself get them a $5,000 grant. There's no grants out there for them. So I'm creating along lines of wealth for teachers at retirement, but we're doing it all collected together. So I'm looking for companies and companies like yourself that we bring in management service to help manage each one of these segments, from the coffee, from the school, from the health and wellness, because that's the most important, because they've got to be in the right mind and soul to be out here educating these kids, because it's a stressful job. Little Bobby coming in the classroom, want to shoot up, the parents cussing you out, the administrators on you, that stress you out. Teacher got to go somewhere and unwind. And then we have a place that people can make donation, that we create a retirement, a habitat for life for our retired teachers, rehabbing their homes and different things. So collectively, that's what I'm looking for. Exactly, you're right. Donation, that we get the word out to these teachers, start investing back into their life. They're doing it with association. You're doing it with the cell phone. So now let's do it into creating businesses for you as all collected together.
Right. Cool. So, Darryl, I love the passion you got here. By the way, I'm on your website right now. Just tell everyone your website just so they can check you out. Make sure they check it out. Go donate if it's something they want to do. What's your website?
www.keepingteachersteaching.org. Keepingteachersteaching.org.
Cool. Keepingteachersteaching.org.
Yes, sir. Keep it. Cool. Because we want to keep them there.
Awesome. Keepingteachersteaching.org. All right. Okay, cool. So, listen, this is a little bit different, than a pitch that we typically take here. Just to let you know, I mean, we get hit with donations frequently. Probably 10% of the folks that come into us are looking for some type of donation for the charity. We do a lot of charity work. We do a lot of donations, and it's something that we evaluate every single one that comes in, every single one. So I know you're looking for more than just that. So I want to ask you, because this is a little bit different than just just saying, hey, we're interested, we're not interested. Something that we really need to look into. Besides your website, is there anything that you could send me? Because I want to. We need to kind of do a lot of research and looking into it and understanding, more about not just the donation aspect, but what else, what other help you may need. Because obviously, like, you want to get this out there to as many people as possible. It's extremely important. I love what you're doing. Love the passion. What can you send me? What else can you send me besides your
Now
website?
we'll see. I see you like a little business plan of what we're doing, and also what
That'd be
we're
great.
trying to do, because this is a family that we want the donations from everybody, anybody, everybody.
Right.
But we want to create this community of teachers reinvested back into themselves, that we create these retirement system and assistance system for them. So pretty much getting the word out to these educators nationwide. And if others want to donate, we want the donations. All right. But for the business asset of it, we are looking for investors to pretty much assist us in getting the right tools that we need and the right people in place to put all this forward by using their money, the teachers' money. That's $100 million if we get 1 million teachers, to create all these established business, to recycle that money back to them and create wealth. So that's where we are. And like I said, this is the first of kind, Brian, out here, and if being a former football player and talking to athletes, and a lot of athletes there know that. That's the reason why you got a high statistic of athletes that after their career is over, less than 3 or 4 years, they have no money. It's because they did not prepare themselves young when they was in the classroom taking that time. And that's one of the things that I really want to push about why a teacher is so important in getting your education, is because you get that money, what you're going to do with it? It's going to come absolutely. When that money hits your hand, that money going to turn to sand because you don't know how to plan. So
cool. So listen, Darryl, Deani on our team has your email, my email. I'm sure she's watching right now. She'll hook us up. Business plan, I'd love to see. Any important information, because I know there's a lot of stuff on your site here I'm just looking at. Any important information you think that I should, kind of look at first and make sure we review would be great. Like I said, we do review these every single one of these opportunities that comes into us with our team, and we get involved in a lot of them. So love to just look at your site here. You got a lot of cool stuff here. A lot of great sponsors, a nice board. I'd love to learn more about your board of directors and all that. But anything you can send me would be absolutely fantastic, and allow us to review and let's chat. Deani will hook us up.
Brian, I want to say really thank you for your time. I'd like to thank Deanna and
Denise
and the whole pitch team for all you do for those people like myself and others is trying to, get ahead and make a difference in the community. And if there's anything, I just hope that people will go to the website, make a donation, that we can continue on doing what we're doing for our educators. And this is going to be a nationwide thing to grow, to let our educators know we want to put them back in the forefront. Because in the 70s and 80s, teachers was everything that everybody wanted to be. But now it's not one of the things. And we want to show these young kids who wants to become teachers that we want to create this platform saying, hey, it's all right to be a teacher. Don't think of it as, it's not a get rich scheme. It's the passion that you have. So I just want to say thank you, Brian, for all you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your team.
Yeah. And thank you very much, Darryl. Thank you. The passion that you show here, the service that you're doing is amazing. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Talk to you, man. Thank you.